The internet has been taken by storm by the latest recipe trend, and that's baked feta pasta. Now, if you're on a paleo diet, usually pasta and cheese are off limits, but today I'm going to be showing you how to make an alternative version that you can make dairy-free and grain-free so you can thoroughly enjoy this latest trend on the paleo diet. So we're going to start by making the recipe, and it's very, very easy. I've got my 9x13 baking dish here, and we're going to be using cherry tomatoes. Now, cherry tomatoes just have such a great flavor. They're nice and sweet. You could also use grape tomatoes, but I'm a fan of cherries. And I've got one shallot that I've gone ahead and finely chopped here. And I've got 2 cloves of garlic that I've gotten minced here, and that's gonna give it that nice Italian flavor. I've got a tablespoon of sea salt, and we've got some fresh oregano, and I've got 3 tablespoons here. We're gonna use about 2 tablespoons to start, and we'll reserve some for the end, and same with the basil. And now we're just gonna drizzle this with some extra virgin olive oil, and it's up to you how much you wanna use. Anywhere between about 1/4 cup and 1/2 cup is good. You just wanna make sure the tomatoes are gonna get coated there. And we're just gonna go ahead and use our rubber spatula, make sure the seasoning and the herbs and the garlic go all over the tomatoes and also coat them in the oil. And that is it. Now we're gonna put our chunk of feta in. Now here is where you can use a dairy-free version of feta. If you do tolerate dairy, you can go ahead and do a dairy version and still keep the noodles grain-free. So that's it. We're gonna go ahead and put this into our oven, which I've preheated to 400 degrees. We're gonna bake it for about 30 to 40 minutes until the cheese starts to get a little bit melted and the tomatoes start to burst with flavor, and we'll come back and mix it in with our pasta. And our cheese and tomatoes are now out of the oven, and I've gone ahead and boiled my grain-free pasta per the packaging instructions, and now we're gonna tie it all together. Now, I like to give this recipe a little bit of my own twist, so I've got about 1/4 cup of sliced olives that we're gonna be using, and I like that just because it's gonna give it a nice briny flavor, a little bit more of a Mediterranean flavor. And now we're gonna go ahead and add in our grain-free pasta. I like to put about 3/4 of it in on its own first. And we're gonna go ahead and start breaking up our cheese and mixing this in with our tomatoes and our pasta, and it just all comes together so easily. I love that this is basically just a one-pan dish, other than just boiling your pasta, which is very easy. Just put this in the oven and bake it all together. And that's it. It comes together quickly. You can add in the rest of your pasta once you kind of mix this in. And to top it all off, I like to use some of my herbs that I reserved and go ahead and add in a little bit more of our fresh oregano and of course our fresh basil as well. And that's it. This is all ready to go. Makes such an easy weeknight dinner or lunch, and you'll probably have leftovers, so it makes it really easy for your next day as well. I really hope you enjoy the recipe. You can get this recipe on my blog, thetrailtohealth.com, and you can get other healthy and delicious recipes in my cookbook, Wandering Palette, which is available on my website and on Amazon as well.